This morning, I got up and I saw a message on anyadvicefortoday.com that said, your denial was worth it. I thought, oh, well, maybe I should talk about that because the only difficulty that we have in our lives or that we experience in our lives when we deny who we are. And I've been doing that for a long time. We all do because who we are becoming is always changing. And that's the steps that we have to take in our lives to actually actualize who we are. And so I put down something the other day. I put it out there, the blueprint to your success and world transformation, because I recognize that that's what my life had led me to develop. But I was in denial as well because it came about in a very different way. Now, you might look at your life right now and the world and think things are going a little nuts, or you're a little afraid, you don't know what's going on. And I'm saying it's the best time for you to be alive. That seems like it doesn't make sense, but it does. Because, see, the world is changing so that you could fulfill your life mission. And you're going to say you don't have one, and I'm going to tell you you do, and it's a valuable one, and it's meant to come about now. And as you embody that, that's how you achieve and experience the wealth that you're meant to have in your life. Wealth is not just about money. I'm not talking about that. We become aware that there's so much more. There's emotions that we want to feel. And the first one is self-acceptance. We want to know that we matter, that our lives have mattered, and we're here for a reason. And I know that everyone has that. I denied it for a while, though. You might have done that too with something you were developing. And now you're sitting at a place where you're looking at it and deciding if you're going to do it or not. And I can say that because I know today is an energetic change that is happening, and we are all affected by the energies, whether we know that or not. Well, we keep figuring it out. And that's what my life led me to do, was to kind of figure it out. It's not what I thought was going to happen. You may find that as well. Sometimes you set out to do something in your life and you go in a completely different direction because maybe you're being guided, and maybe you're listening to some other voice, some higher voice that is telling you you should go in this direction now. And many people are feeling that because you saw the world and you said something's supposed to be different, and your life is meant to be different. See, because when you become who you're meant to be, happy and in love with yourself, the world starts to change because that will be an energetic contribution that you make. So the other day, I had this energy again that I said, Wilhelm said to me, give them this. Didn't know why I was doing it. And then I found the reasons for that, but I'm going to give it all to you. And this is all on my website, anyadvicefortoday.com. And I'd love for you to go there and you'll see it. In 1989, I sat down and I started doing automatic writing. I didn't know what I was doing, didn't know why I was doing it, except I was told that it from someone else that it gave them help. So I said, I'll try it. And I wasn't going to tell you I was doing that, however, because it was weird to me. I'm making a communication with what? See, not all of us believe that we have this greater intelligence that we could actually communicate with. And I didn't believe that. And so it frightened me. So I just kept it to myself. And then I proceeded to walk through my life receiving information that turned into what could be called an encyclopedia of philosophy. And I know that it answers anyone's question. The only difficulty we have in our lives is when we can't answer a question. We don't know who we are, where we're meant to go. It's all within you. But see, what happened for me, I wrote it all down. So there's no more questions. I couldn't understand why that was happening. I couldn't even understand how it was working, why it was healing me. And then it got explained to me. Well, see, I was using something that was so different. I was using neuroscience because I was doing it every single day. That's how you change something. But I was also connecting to cosmic guidance. So I was connecting to a greater intelligence. And then over the years, I started to understand that I was tapping into energetic changes that were happening in our world. And because I was finding my alignment, I started to experience mind-body healing. And I know that anyone can do that. Then the next thing that happened, I discovered that I was given so much of this information in one year, in 2012, that made no sense. I denied it. And then I saw that it was absolutely true because I saw what happened for other people when they did this work. We are all consciousness, and consciousness changes over time. And so when I started doing Wilhelm, they said, well, we're going to give you something else because your world needs something a little different now. And I'm thinking, well, what would be different? They said, well, you're still leaving people out. Well, you left yourself out. Well, why did I do that? It's because when we don't own the value that we have within us, that's what happens. And that's been taught to us over generations. And so what happened is that Wilhelm kept telling me, you're going to go through a big change in your world. And you're going to need to decide if you're going to love yourself and put the energy of acceptance into you. Otherwise, you're just going to be a little lost. But we've given you all of it because it's in consciousness and you've done it. That's exactly what they said to me. And I heard this yesterday. I'm saying that to you because I don't remember what comes through in a lot of the channeling sessions, but I published some of the ones I just found, and you can listen to them because nothing is happening accidentally. That's the thing that's so surprising to me. I go back and listen to a channeling session, and all the information was there. You have it as well. It's that intelligence that's just stored within us that comes up at the right time. And for many people, that's coming up now. If you're feeling that, you're in exactly the right place. Because so many people have said to me recently, I don't know what happened, but now I'm seeing something else, or I want something different. You're right on time. But I'm going to show you the little gift that I'm going to give you, but it's more gifts because I did so much of this. I really want you to understand what you can do because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't believe myself. All the things that I've healed, that I've done, and I'm 74, I'm going in exactly the opposite direction of what people think should happen. I want you to do the same thing. You will love this so much. So it's on my website, anyadvicefortoday.com. You can see it there. And it begins with your denial is worth it. We are referring to a previous message, but also to a condition most humans possess: denial of their worth and value and what they could accomplish while on their physical life journey. But when you discover everyone has done this, you will release more of your self-judgment about what you have accomplished or not. You have moved through another energetic portal today, occurring during your restructuring. So it is a perfect day to remember who you are, but more importantly, who you can become now. We will begin with our messenger as we had him move beyond denial to give you the following messages that will aid you and your world today. And it goes back to, you can see here, to 2008, and it began there because that was an energetic shift that many people might know. That's what we're experiencing now. If you look at Pluto and all sorts of other things. Anyhow, as you go through each one, you will gain some awareness. And this is what I did every single day. And I've done it for more than 36 years. And that's how it turned into this philosophy. And that's why it heals you. That's why it works, because it's not coming from me. I put something out the other day and where I said I am not Wilhelm, and because I don't think people understand that. I wish I had been because I received all this information, and it's something I resisted. People told me many, many years ago that I was this pure channel, but I ran from it. I wasn't going to do that. You see, I wasn't even going to do private channeling, and then I started seeing, oh, wait a minute, I do know everyone's information. And so when you go through this, you will see that it'll open you to so much more. And each year, and you see, it's on the same date, just on January 21st, and but over the years, because that's how we evolve. That's how we evolve individually, and that's also how our civilization evolves. But at times, we need a little boost. Wilhelm said they gave us something like that. We need a little boost, and we definitely need it now because we felt all the energetic changes that are happening. And I will tell you why. And the road to manifesting whatever you desire is paved by holding positive expectancy while releasing expectations. And when you study that one, that's a good one. Some of these took me so long to even figure out what they meant. That's why I want you to understand this was not me. And you have this intelligence that you will access as you go through these. Anticipation fosters creation. And then the next year, your first step is in becoming the person you desire to be is to hold the vision. And you'll see most time we don't do that because we've been talked out of it. Now, let me tell you why this is happening. Um, I did, I've been doing so much recently because I knew where we would be. And well, because of Wilhelm giving me all this information, and I resisted it, as you might have, because when we go into the unknown of who we are, it can be a little uncomfortable. But I'm telling you, what happens is you love yourself. And I've proven it. This work proves it. So what happened in 2021 when I knew, I heard that I was given this work, I doubted it, just like you would have. And so I've spent all of these subsequent years testing it, having people in there. And we're having such a great time and we're evolving because you're never done. So what I've done now is why I'm giving you this. And there's several other little many courses you could say that I gave you because Wilhelm gave them to me in that way. And I just want you to have them. And what I'm doing for those, I'm finishing all this work. I have so much now. And this is going to be the rest of my life. Because to give people something that they can have, because you own it forever. This is not something that you come in and you're done because you're going to always keep changing and evolving. So we stay together. As long as we're alive, we can do this. So when I put the program out in 2021, it was really to test it to see what would happen. And I was blown away because it really caused people to understand who they are. So now there's no more holding back with this. I want people to know what they can accomplish. And this was just surprising to me as well that this had happened, but it took all these years. I couldn't have known that it had happened until I have the result. And the result is the transformation that it's done for me and for so many others. But again, I only gave people 31 assignments and now they're yelling at me. So that's why I'm finishing. Because what happens is you can go so far in your life because you're going to keep working with the intelligence that's within you. And you've probably seen this. Wilhelm just gets us to find out what's within us and it just keeps growing. Your intelligence, your consciousness can keep expanding and expanding, and that's what happens. But you're never done. That's why I wanted everyone to own this because when you go back in, you look at your assignments, what you did before, and you say, well, I'm in a completely different place now. How did that happen? Now you're empowered. And now you will become more self-actualized because this work is about self-actualization, personal development, and ascension tools for those who understand their spiritual connection. That's what all the work is. So I want you to have this. You will enjoy it. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel if it's your first time and check out all the work. But you have so much potential, and I'm telling you, your wealth is in front of you because it's who you were born to become. See you soon.